All right. So this is a video that I had said that I was going to be making about Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. I'm not quite sure. It felt like at first like she was ready to cross over, but then it felt like messages and guidance and this, that, and the other. So I'm going to trust that it's messages and guidance. And so give me a second. Feels weird. All right. Anyway, so like I was saying, it's either guidance or something. So I'm going to trust in the process, and we're just going to basically go from there. I'm going to probably edit a lot of this video because it takes a little bit of time to dig into the messages, and I was just about to eat. But this is happening. So I'm going to be working on this first, and then I got to get back into the kitchen after the food settles, and then I'll be working on this video probably later tonight. And you're going to be seeing it probably late tonight. Who knows? Anyway, so like I said, there's going to be a lot of editing. And I'm doing this on purpose because there's going to be other mediums that love to tap into, read into as well. They're going to also read into it too. So, I mean, I might end up having to not edit. So I might try to do this as quick as I can. So therefore, the whole thing can be seen. It's just going to be silly because my eyes are going to be closed through most of it, and then I don't know, we'll see, because I gotta tap into all that kind of stuff. Anyways, we're just gonna get into it. I don't know, I mean, my eyes might be closed some, but I'm just gonna see, because it felt like I'm just gonna start it this way and then see where she goes with it. It felt like basically that she wanted her parents to know that she loves them. The energies and stuff is probably gonna feel different. Like she might feel the right way to say it. The presence of her is not going to be as strongly felt as before, because when they cross over, ascend, whatever you want to call it, going to heaven, they basically, that's pretty much what happens. It just, the presence and everything gets less and less and less and less. And then so sometimes you yearn and miss them more. Sometimes you're kind of, it's like basically another form of regrieving again. So she just kind of wanted to give a heads up with that, she's ready to go ahead and move on now. She's able to move on. It felt like Brian was kind of holding her back at first from being able to move on, but it was like a mix of that and then that. But it feels like now he's also ready, I think, to cross over too, is what it feels like. And so, because that's what it's like really, I did see something over here, but see, that's the problem. I should have probably filmed it sideways, so if there's any orbs or anything going on, or any kind of movement or something knocked over or whatever will be seen, or the light or whatever. But anyway, that usually happens only because of my twin flame connection, and whoever, it could be a guide of ours is what I'm questioning, because I was like, well, maybe it's a spirit or something that he knew, a male, blah, blah, blah. But the way that the tapping into with that, yeah, because see, that's where I'm hearing also, I think they were twin flames as well, Brian and Gabby. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, well, I'll dig into that in a second. But yeah, so I think that's a guide or something of ours that does that, because nothing triggers that light, only people. Animals don't even trigger it. So anyway, if you've seen the video that I posted last night, you'll see the light flickering, turning on, off, all that. To see all of it doing that instead of just that one time throughout the video, it's on my YouTube channel. Anyway, all right. I think they were twin flames. Now, another thing that earlier that I didn't record that I needed to say, and people can hate me, and that's fine. I was basically letting both of them know that I totally understand. Like, I feel sorry for their parents, both, because the world again is so divided. We're basically taught hate, enemy, and this is your friend, and this is, you know what I mean? Like, it's so divided that it's just like, oh, if somebody does this, then they're in this label, and that you're considered this, and I'm going to label you as that, and so you're bad, naughty, And it's like, his parents, because everybody was just so much anger and so much hatred, they didn't even know them. You know, and it's just so directed. And it's not just them. Just, I mean, this is throughout history, throughout every type of thing. Just go look. Just read comments and stuff on, you know, oh, this person, blah, 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 blah. You know, I hope I don't get banned because of using these words. I have to be careful. If they let me, then hopefully I can, you know, re-edit the video and beep or whatever I need to do. Anyway, so my point of view is this, is that is their children that they had, okay? We don't know them. That is them, their family, leave them alone. All right. We do not have the right to judge and sit there and be like, you know, hey, you know, you did something bad. Naughty, naughty. I don't like you, Brian. You know, yeah. I mean, of course, we're not like going, oh, you did a good job. I mean, hello, common sense. But this was a fight between those two, you see. So unfortunately, it affected the family and this, that, and the other. And so, like I said, the world's just still so divided. Anyway, so I was letting them know, like, hey, you know, just because of what happened and the decisions that were made and blah, 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 you know, is that I totally get where they're coming from. And I do sympathize and empathize and all that stuff with the parents, both. So, sorry, that's who I am. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I know that, because I know at first he wanted to be heard for those reasons. Like, you know, I'm sorry. I had wrote it all down. I don't remember. It should still, I think it's still on my Facebook group page, I think. But, I can't remember everything that was said. I mean, because this was what, how many years ago now? You know? So I'm just like reconnecting with them right now. And so I can tell both of them are here. It's like, it feels like they're going back and forth right now. Between, like, behind me is where they're at. Like, at first, like, when I was talking about the family and stuff and the parents and everything, they were over here. But then it kind of feels like they're going back and forth. So, again, you know, if you're a medium, you can see, sense, feel, however your sensation is, your clear senses, you should be able to pick up on all that, too. But, I mean, really, like, seriously, just stop for a second. They're making me harp about this again. Just stop for a second and put yourself in their family's shoes. Because they're probably still going through a lot of stuff. And so, and not just their family, but others that have, you know, that are in this type of situation. I mean, because this is just like a common thing these days, you know. But anyway, so I don't know. It's like, if we could just understand that we're all human beings. We're all going to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some are, you know, some people just can't get it together. You know, they don't want to learn. They don't want to figure these things out, and they just go off of emotion and passion and, you know, things like that. And like I said, you know, I'm kind of concerned myself because I knew when she was coming around, there was connections. Because the whole time living with him, I was constantly on eggshells, like trying to make sure, just like my ex-husband, which is my, you know, my son's father. Same thing. I was always trying to appease and please and this, that, and the other, just so I didn't lose my life. And then it gets to the point, like, the first time, you get to the point where you're losing it so much that it's just like you can't almost hold it in no more, and you're fighting to, because you know that's the only way you can survive. And it's like, you know, and then this round it was like, anyways. So, you know, that's where I'm concerned. I'm like, okay, well, maybe are they around again, you know, hopefully just for these messages to let the parents know and to cross over, or am I fixing to go through this because of, really, can you go to my spider? I have a garden spider, a baby one, that just made her web in the room, and I'm like, okay. I don't know how she got in, but she got in somehow. Probably through the window unit area. But, you know, it makes me question, like, is this fixing to happen? Because I had a friend when I was a teenager. He was a psychic as well, and yeah, psychic medium too. And he basically was just like, you know, your partner's gonna. I hope, like I said, I don't get in trouble. I have to find ways to edit. It's hard to tell a story and be thinking of this kind of stuff, you know? It's ridiculous. It's immature. It's, anyways. So, basically, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. All right, we're going to go forward. I'm just trying to see what they want to say and if they want to cross over or if that was it. And then whatever I was going to say, I'll probably end up writing it on the screen. That's what I usually do. Yeah, because she's back here right now. Behind me. Is that away? And you're going to hear probably noises because my son is playing TV in the old room we were sleeping in. This room we should have been sleeping in because this is my home. But instead, you know, walking on eggshells, pleasing, making sure he had everything. You know, he had the bathroom, the bedroom, he had it all. Anyway. And then complained that he had no control. And I'm just like, oh my God, why do you need control? Anyway. So, I don't know. If it just feels like it's like silent at the moment. I'm just trying to see if they want to go somewhere with it, if they want to cross over. Like, what do they want to do? Because basically, I'm just being a conduit for them is all. I'm hearing the words "don't get me wrong," and then I'm seeing like, oh, what black object it is. I don't know if it's like a notebook. Piece of car. It's like, it feels like a notebook and a piece of car. So maybe there's like something in a vehicle. And it feels like from Brian. Well, that would make sense anyway, because it seems like he did hold a lot of things. So there is something to be found, I think. But for some reason, it seems like a black vehicle. Or that was... Is it the vehicle or is it the journal? Because that's what I'm trying to figure, like, which is which? Is it both maybe like that? Or, because it seems like a small black car is what I'm seeing. But I'm trying to get to the journal. The journal, okay, it must be a leather. So looking like a leather type. I'm hearing my nephew. So I don't know if he had niece's nephew. I can't remember which one they said he had or if he had both. My sister. Okay, there's other spirits coming in now. That's the problem because I know that part was for Brian, but as far as the nephew part, that's when it kind of started switching. So that would, yeah. Sorry. It's like I said, you have to like piece everything together. It takes time. That's why I usually like if I'm doing videos like this, because people don't want to just sit there and watch you just stare. But other mediums, we do like that because we actually can read into this. But yeah, so it's either the nephew part stops at Brian or doesn't pertain to Brian. One of the two. Because another family member had came in for another person. Okay, now I'm seeing like gravel, dirt road kind of thing. The van, yeah. What about that? Okay, so the stream, there's some sort of metal piece there. It was like a... kind of like a pin shape or something. I'm not quite sure, but it's like a long type of metal piece. But what does it pertain to? Is it helpful for it? Do they need to, you know, kind of like... Okay, kind of like a long piece, kind of like that, but not this shape. It has like a design or something, so I'm almost wondering if it's like a fancy type of pin or something. But But I'm hearing used to hurt. Yeah, used to hurt her. But how? I need to check into to see if they found any of the stuff or not, because I haven't looked into their case and since when was the last time? A year or so ago. It's been quite a while. I'm just hearing find it. Hopefully, instead of me trying to just dig too deep, basically, hopefully whoever hears this, if they get to, hopefully, it's found. Okay, so he's stepping into. So see, they're all trying to communicate now, Tito Jackson, because he had, I didn't know he had crossed over last year. And then, because I always sensed Michael, and I'm like, all of a sudden, like, it just, I don't know how to explain it, but then all of a sudden, through my spirit box, clearly, Tito Jackson, I'm like, I had to look. I was like, did he already? Because I had saw a vision of him, like a image. Because sometimes when they're around, that's how they let you know. You'll see an image of them, like, okay, I'm here, we're communicating, it's me. And not every time, but a good amount of times. And so I saw him, and then that's when I realized, oh, that's Tito. But trying to see what to do. I don't know what to do because they're like taking me all over the place. I don't know if this needs to be a part 2. It's kind of what it's feeling like. Like maybe let's not cross over. I think so. Okay. So this is probably going to be in parts. So it's probably like they need me to say this, and then hopefully, like I said, it's found or whatever, and then, or somebody can pass it to, the parents or whatever, because I'm sure they got mediums that work for them. And if one of them sees it, then maybe they'll at least pass it. But then, so that's what it kind of feels like, is that I just need to do this in parts. And if I remember, I let it go and I let them guide me. And I'm like, okay, like I said, with each spirit, I'm like, okay, when you're ready to cross over, just come back and let me know. And it could be a few years down the road. It could be a few months, a few days. It just really depends on them, But that's what it feels like for now. And then, so I'm sure there's going to be a part 2 because I can tell he's still around at the moment. Gabby is not here, I don't think, at the moment. Yeah, because I'm hearing that's it. So we're going to go ahead and end the video. And then, like I said, I can't tell you when. This is not an episode or a TV series where it's just like July 15th, at 2:30 p.m., here we go. So I don't know. This is, like I said, it's just going to be one of those things where I'm just going to be guided to it. And then you'll have to watch the full video on my YouTube channel, because you're probably the only one seeing this because you're on the YouTube channel, obviously. And because the Instagram only does the 15 minutes. So 15 minutes. It does 3 minutes. It says up to 15, but I think that'll have to be not the reel. It has to be story or whatever. Anyways, I don't know the difference of that stuff. I just post and there you go. I'm going to go ahead and eat, and then I'm just going to kind of communicate with them and just kind of let them know, hey, same thing. Just let me know what you want to do next, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, that's it.